I want to thank all the fans for all the great feedback that we've received regarding the Ohio State-Michigan game being played at the end of the season as we go through the discussions of realignment in the Big Ten Conference. I felt the need to share some information with you today to kind of maybe set the record straight. First of all, no decision has been made, and frankly, we've had very little discussion on schedules, when or where teams would play. We've been focused 100% on divisional alignment, and we're getting close. We've also talked a lot about moving from 8 conference games to 9 conference games. And that discussion was pretty complicated, and that's part of the reason things took too long, because we wanted to get to a point where we could feel comfortable that we could potentially move to 9 conference games. And we do have a target year now, but that was very complicated because every school in the conference needs to have 7 home games. So if you consider Ohio State, well, we typically have 7 home games. Once in a while we'll have 6, once in a while we'll have 8. The reality is if you have 5 conference home games and another year 4 conference home games, you got to balance that non-conference schedule. And so at the end of the day, that's very difficult to do for 12 teams. And so we're trying to look at potentially get there, and we're going to work towards it. But that took a lot of time. We will have a conference call next week. I anticipate after that one, we'll probably have another conference call or in-face meeting, and we'll begin the process of talking about scheduling and who will play who where. And everything, every consideration will be on the table. Keep in mind that the feedback that I've received thus far has been unbelievably beneficial. There's been great rational and prudent and reasonable people who've sent me great information. I gotta be honest, I've gotten some that wasn't so good. But at the end of the day, over 90% of the people want us to keep that game at the end of the schedule. I want everyone to understand that as athletic directors, we're gonna do our due diligence. We're in sensitive deliberations. I cannot be in a position where I can represent Ohio State, represent you, and represent our conference by publicly discussing those sensitive deliberations in my position or our institution's position publicly. So at the end of the day, I ask for your continued patience and understanding. I've appreciated the great feedback. My email is blowing up, so I don't need any more. But at the end of the day, if I do get some, I will pay attention to it. So thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for your great support of the Buckeyes. I look forward to all of you being at Buckeye games this year and supporting all of our teams. And please understand that we're going to do our due diligence. We're going to do what's best for our institutions. First and foremost, what's best for the kids, and make sure that we protect all our traditions and come up with a structure that will last over time. We're fortunate to have history on our side to look at what happened with other conferences. And so we have a chance to look at those things. So thank you again. God bless you. Go Bucks.